Yeah, let me make sure I cut that one.
This is my face.
Sorry, Mariah. I should
No, you're
start.
okay. I have a pen and notebook that I'm able to write things down. But yeah, just in general, I feel like my ADHD's been like worse than normal lately. But you know what? We've gone this many years without any medication because my family said it wasn't real. So why does it matter now?
Yeah, and you know what? It'll feed into your creativity.
I guess so. Kinsey, what are you doing on? What are you looking up right now? I see you.
Yeah, your face
I
is
see your
all
eyes
lit up,
scrolling.
It's so
First
bright.
of all, I'm looking up a fucking chair, a cute chair, because I want to get a gamer chair in here.
Oh.
I mean, look at it. Look.
Podcast related.
Look.
Yeah.
You see all this? You see
Well,
outer red?
gamer. Actually, I heard that gamer chairs were a
I
waste
need
of
everybody
money.
to start talking into their microphones.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you guys, but like y'all keep going back and forth and rolling around the room.
Sorry. I heard that gamer chairs were a waste of money and that they actually were less comfortable than other chairs and they're bad for your back.
Oh, what if I want to be cute?
Oh, I mean, that's fine. But remember, your health is your wealth, so.
Yeah, maybe look up first like what best ergonomic chairs are, and then get the cutest one. Plus, you're not even gonna be showing your damn face when you stream, so you might as well just like get what's comfortable, bro.
Well, as long as it's a cute color, like I don't know, something that's not black.
Guess what, guys?
What?
It's Pride Month.
It is Pride Month.
So we're
bring us in, Kaylin. Bring us in, Kaylin. Kaylin, bring us in like a normal way.
Oh, this is what I heard.
Y'all were talking over each other each time, and I was like, I was getting mad.
All right, guys. You're listening to Post Credit Depression, where we talk about this week's current hyperfixation. Particularly, this week is gay, and so is next week and the week after that, because it's Pride Month.
The fuck is your name and fun fact?
My name is Kaylin, and my fun fact is I had it and then I lost it.
Still
act like
together.
Acting like we ate 30 episodes in.
God damn it.
I don't write mine down because you know what? That's for the week.
Yeah, you don't me neither.
I stopped. I only had 10.
You wrote down the first 10, and Kayla and I did our best.
Let's make a Pride related. I think that'd be fun. Get you guys on your toes. I bet you already had it ready too, huh? Well, now you're on the spot. My fun fact is I bought a holographic Pride flag or fan from Target, and it kept me cool all day at Pride.
That
was a lie.
That's not really a good one.
She wants to make it Pride related though.
Well, I already have mine ready. I'm gonna say 2 then. Hey, my name's Kinsey. My first fact before Keelan threw me under the bus was that I am trying to go no shampoo, and it's very hard. And whatever you fucking viewers think, fuck off. I don't. Not gross. And apparently, it's really good not to wash your hair with shampoo. So we're gonna see when my oils in my hair level out, and I have luscious ass hair. Secondly, I guess a gay fact is that I thought before I knew I was gay that it was normal to find women more attractive than men.
My name's Mariah, and I guess my gay fact. Dang, see, this is why I write down, and this is why I prepare myself. Is God damn it, you guys. Yeah, my gay fact is that I only draw men.
I was looking at your background and I thought of that fact.
No, my fact is that I wear my overalls to Pride every year. That's my fun fact. Gosh dang, coming at me. I named
myself Kinsey Poo because I'm not using shampoo.
Oh, that's funny. I named myself Stilts because it was the first random word I could think of, and that's going to be my pogo for the podcast.
Gavin, you should start wearing stilts, like, to make yourself taller than me.
Yeah, because I don't need it.
I don't need much. Kinsey would be, like, falling over, breaking her legs.
Kinsey's actually the tallest one here. What are you talking about?
I'm the most agile here, because I can stand on a with heels.
That's crazy.
I'd be fine.
What was I saying? What were you
asking?
I'd be
me? Fine.
I was saying that this has been the most fun Pride this year than I've ever had a fun Pride before.
Yeah, we'll just since Caitlin's being all weird, this next couple episodes, since it is Pride Month, in the honor of Pride Month, in the honor of us all being gay over here,
Here's
we
some
are
Skittles because they
only
got
these
rainbows
next.
on.
Shut
Can
the
we
fuck
remove her from the pod? Talking about Skittles.
computer. That's odd.
um, we are dedicating the next three episodes specifically to Pride or to queer media, and we'll be talking about queerness for the next 3 episodes. So be prepared, everyone. Kaylin, what do you have to say about your Skittles?
Oh, I reminded myself of that video where he's like, "And here's a balloon with rainbows on it because you're gay and shit." And here's some Skittles because it has a rainbow on it. And I got you a cookie cake that says "Be who you are."
Be who you are.
I love how I
So-
prefix like, "Hey, we're gonna be talking about queerness for this 3 weeks." Like we don't talk about it every episode anyway.
I know. You guys are. I pull up with a childhood vampire movie I shouldn't have been watching, and you guys like yell at me. It's gay. It's gay.
It was gay.
Yeah.
It
She
was.
really threw that one away for Pride Month because that would be the perfect one.
I know. Well, we could
We
always
didn't know
come
what we
with
were
a TV
doing.
show.
I mean, I made Kaylin watch Given, and that would have been fine for Pride Month too.
Is
So
it
it's
just
just our
Mariah cutting out,
livelihood.
or is it the way she's coming into me?
I thought Mariah was cutting out too. She sounds like a robot to me.
Dang. Do I still?
No.
It's like coming in and out.
It's possible, but the website says that even if something comes with a low quality, it downloads in the correct quality. So
Cool. Who's gonna ask me about what I'm sharing?
maybe we
What?
wanted to talk about being gay first.
Do you
I'm
guys
kidding.
remember when they legalized gay marriage?
No.
Mariah, I'm gonna beat your ass. You're the oldest one here.
Yeah, you're the one that's got the most memory, ding dong.
Hey, your brain was more cognitively developed.
I know that it happened. Shut up. I know that it happened in my lifetime, obviously. It happened in like what, 2015, 14?
20. Oh, you're right. Like
Oh, it's
2015.
2012. Oh, wait, what?
Yep, dude.
I'm talking like nationwide, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I had just moved in with my dad when I was turning 18, which was 2015, and it was on the news, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
Which is
I can't remember everything. Y'all,
way
do
too
y'all know
recent.
when slavery became illegal? Yeah, no. You know how I remember, Kaylin? You know how I remember when Pride became legalized? This is gonna be so embarrassing to say about myself. My best friend at the time was a One Direction Larry stan, and there was a rumor that Louis and Harry had gotten married because Pride or because gay marriage was legalized, and that's why I remember it because of that.
You know, during our class, you had like touched on that, but I'm happy you brought it up again for Pride Month on
Hey
That's
guys,
what
they
I
have
do.
cover One
Attack on
Direction
Titan
fan
gaming chair.
fictions for my week or my
Kizzy, what you talking about? Some Attack on Titan for?
They have an Attack on Titan gaming chair.
They do.
Yeah, it's kind of cool colors.
Share it with the screen, please.
What?
I don't think you can screen share on this.
Maybe I can.
Oh,
Oh, you
at the
wait,
bottom.
you can.
Share.
I have to open settings.
Oh, don't worry about it then.
No, it's fine.
That's
It's fine.
later.
Everything's working out. Everything's working out.
Okay.
Wait.
Very random of Kinsey.
1 second, guys.
Wait. Select entire screen. Okay. It won't let me share.
It's okay. We don't need to see. You can send it to us later.
Ooh, what about this?
Oh,
Can you see this?
it's loading. Oh, now everyone, we are looking at Kinsey's screen while she's looking at cute gaming chairs.
What do you think
I
about
think
this?
I should be able to share my screen so that I have what's it called? Like I can pick a face and it can be my face.
Oh my gosh, we don't need any of this.
The cow chair.
I think you should get that
one.
cow chair.
Not the udder.
That's kind of funny. You should get that whole ass recliner right there.
Just in my little office.
Uh-huh.
This one kind of cute.
Oh my gosh.
They're not as cool as I wanted them to be.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, anyways, back for the because we're an audio podcast, so no one gets to see these chairs Kinsey's looking at. Just if anyone wants to see, just Google cute gaming chairs and they'll pop up.
Anyways,
So yeah, so Kinsey, this is your first week where you get to share again in the last like month, almost 2 months. So what
Yeah,
did you
she went
choose
on
to
a side
share
quest,
with
everybody.
us?
yeah, I was on a side quest. This isn't your episode. What is it? You're not in this episode. That's what I was trying to say. I am showing Yuri on Ice for this week. It's a very cute gay anime. Very
Mhm.
gay. I watched it my senior year of high school. And I thought it was so cute at the time. I still think it's cute. I'm just not as crazy about the show anymore, but I think it's a really cute gay anime, and I love the main character Yuri. I think he's such a sweetheart, and he's like canonly bisexual, so I thought that was cool too.
Mhm.
Yeah, we only watched the first 5 episodes, and honestly, I wanted to watch more, but I was like, if I watch more, I'll accidentally speak on it.
I felt like I know I actually wanted to watch more after where we left off. Like without you guys forcing me to, I would have like kept going to the next episodes because I was intrigued. But it was funny that you and I, Maya, both stopped after episode 4 because of just life and we're adults and it was just harder to get back around to watch.
No, I would have kept watching, but I know that my brain wouldn't remember where the episode ended, so I didn't want to speak about episode 6 or 7, and then you'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about, Mariah, and I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh
I
well,
was having a really good time watching it.
that's so interesting knowing that you guys liked it because we have like started Yuri on Ice and never finished it like 8 times.
This is my second time starting it.
This is
I'm
my third time.
exaggerating, but you get the point. I've rewatched that first episode several times. I'm always
I
like,
did skip the first episode. I've watched it 3 times.
like this anime we've been like, yeah, we're getting to this one, and then we've never gotten around to it.
Yeah.
For no reason either, because I've had no reason to think it was bad or not that good, and I only see like more official art and people complaining when's the movie gonna come, when the second season gonna come. So like I don't know why I never picked it back up.
Yeah.
Well, I'll ask the questions because it's my week. So, what did you guys initially think with the first 5 episodes of their chemistry with one another? Because that's the first thing I want to know. Like, do you guys think there's chemistry? Do you think they're cute together? Like, what do you think?
Mariah, you can go first.
As the yaoi expert that I am.
Oh my god.
I don't want Mariah to trail behind me.
Guys, you don't see the video, but she literally was prepping her space and putting her blanket like folded nicely on her. Like she was literally ready to spit some facts.
So like normally my gripe when it comes to like any type of queer anime or show is like how tropey it is. And I will say they do really good at like avoiding the normal tropes.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoy that. The only like normally the tropes are really like immature stuff where they're like, I don't know if I like people. I have weird feelings for this person. I don't know what gay is. And I think that they do a really good job of just like demonstrating this like slow, casual relationship that they have. So the chemistry does feel very casual and calm, even though our man Victor is very straightforward with his like, not even necessarily like he's feeling romantic feelings towards him immediately, but you could tell that he's like, I like this guy. I'm going to be extra flirtatious just to be flirtatious.
Yeah, I will say I like how this anime is not focused on like, oh my gosh, what are these weird feelings? Like when Yuri was starting to have feelings for Victor, like you don't really see him be like, oh, am I gay? He's just like, oh, I'm nervous around a person I like, and I like that organicness to it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They don't need to
because
be.
there's some bad ones.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, I'm not opposed to ever watching the anime, but I read like all of the released manga to Nana, and it was a very like disappointing queer anime. Like it's just like they gave us very little, but then also like pushed tons of toxic tropes that like.
Well, that one's not
never,
queer.
Yeah, I mean it's
It
one
is,
of the few that it's one of the few that the anime community grasps onto for straws because
Yeah.
there's not a lot of like, especially like I'd say female popular like animated animes. I'm not talking about
Yeah, there's
manga,
not.
yeah,
Didn't
so
Gothic Nana literally say, I literally want to live with the other Nana and like live in a house with her and never like I could see living the
I
rest
think
of
they've
my life.
kissed. I think they've like taken it back together. Like they've done a lot of really like close shit, but then like they always let boys tear them apart, and like it just always
Yeah.
breaks the gays'
It
hearts.
falls under that like queer bait umbrella where like they're not still like it's not a normal thing in Japan
They're
yet
like
to
we're
like
just
be
kissing
queer.
friends.
It's like when we watch Haiku and we're like, so are they gay? And we're like, no, but
But
I will tell you my thoughts about their chemistry. As a Leo Venus, I loved the story cinematography of popular famous man notices me out of the crowd and I'm in my shell, but he sees the fire inside me and wants to pull it out sexually. Like something
that's literally
about that.
Caitlin's water signs with her fire Venus.
Something
Yup,
about that
yup.
gets me revved
Wait,
up.
why is Kaylin Yuri?
She is.
She is like
And
she
I
has
do
all.
like when Yuri is haha when Yuri is on the ice. I did not mean to do that pun, but I like when he is on the ice. He's like, they're all watching me, and I'm the only one who can satisfy Victor. And I'm like, where did this come from? Woo. The and I like when Victor initiates it. I mean, I don't think that Yuri's at a point where he initiates as much, but Victor will be like turn around and then like hugs him and shit and whispers like, go get him, you'll do great, and like all sexually.
Bro, the
Oh,
tension. I mean, the tension just builds as you keep watching it, but like Victor starts. I mean, Victor from the beginning is like pretty flirty with him, but I feel like his quality of flirty, just like Mariah said, got like more intense as you keep watching the show. And then obviously our little cancer boy Yuri is like, okay, and like he flirts with him when he's on the ice, and then Victor's like he's literally like, I didn't
which is
expect.
hilarious because he doesn't realize how much he is like flirting with him because like Victor doesn't tell him that how much like his videos inspired him like in the flirtatious sense. He's like, I love the way your body moves to the music, but like that's it. So like Yuri doesn't even realize what he's doing is literally turning Victor on.
Well, I think a part of him, a subconscious part of him, actually is.
Yeah.
And I literally mean subconscious. Like when he's dancing on the ice, like he likes being watched by Victor, but he's like, "There's no way Victor likes me. Like I'm just gonna do this because I want to impress Victor." But you can tell the like undertones of how they're really into each other. Victor being more like up, actually consciously aware, and he's like, "I'm making moves," and then Yuri's like, "I could never be good enough," but his subconscious comes out when he's dancing.
Yeah,
You
he
know?
literally tells Victor, he's like, watch me, and he's like, of course I'll watch you. Like I'll never take my eyes off you, kind of shit. And then he gets back and he yells at him. He's like, "How dare you not land that?"
Oh yeah, he goes from like sexy ice partner to like fucking coach really quickly, and you're like, it's like having
Aren't they like canonly married? Like I don't know if it's at the end of the anime or just like I've seen like official art of them.
at the end of the anime, yeah, they do
That's pretty cute.
give each other rings and stuff. You don't get to see a wedding or anything, but they're like literally like we
Aw.
are like not legally, but they're like we're
They,
married.
they said we're for
Four
lifers.
lifers is what they're saying with those rings. You know,
Yeah, because I think in Russia that don't fly, especially.
Gosh. Yeah. That's
By the way,
funny.
all right,
I-
let me. What?
I was just gonna say, my second fun fact of this podcast is
Are
I
you
watched it
eating?
in English. I just wanted the fans to know that as like we keep talking about it because
Yeah.
there's certain scenes that like hit different, and I just wanted to be able to tell you guys when we go.
Yeah,
across.
Kaylin's like the most like anime person in our group, so the fact that she watches an anime in English is like
Actually, you're okay. Actually, I would say I watch just as much sub with Kaylin, but maybe there's more oftentimes I'll watch English ones because I like English voice actors. But every one I watch in English, Kaylin's like, I respect it. The Naruto one is very good in English.
mm-hmm.
You know, so
Oh yeah, I think the one even Kinsey's got me on that English train with fucking
Only
Matt
some of them.
Mercer voicing.
Yeah, only some of them. That is true.
Their voice actors have to be just as good and like passionate in the English, or I'm not fucking watching it. I love the Japanese, and every one I tend to like the Japanese. Maybe even if I do like watching it in English, I always like the Japanese. Like the Naruto one, I don't know what it does to my brain. The English version and the Japanese version, like they got such good voice actors because it feels like I'm listening to the same bitches but in a different language.
It's actually such a challenge too, because the voice actors in America have to kind of work with what they're given. But like when they put their all into it, it's like I respect it. I can hear it.
I'm asking the next question. Is what did you guys think of Yuri 2.0?
Yurio.
First of all, his name's Yuri, and they
Here,
just
can I
want
answer
to
this one
call him
first,
Yurio,
Mariah?
and he gets mad. He's like, "My name's not Yurio, it's
I
Yuri."
know. That's why
Mhm.
I said it.
Can
Oh,
I answer this one first?
yeah.
Okay. When Yuri was mad at Yuri because the coach wanted to coach Yuri instead of Yuri, so they had that whole competition between Yuri and Yuri. And when Yuri went on the ice and he thought that he was like, killing it, then Yuri came on the ice and actually won up to Yuri, and Yuri was like really pissed, so he left, and Yuri won.
I see
She
why
did this
Kayla.
shit on purpose.
She did. No, what did y'all think about Yuri himself 2.0?
I think if they would have made him an adult, I would have liked his energy a lot more. But like they're trying to give me the bad boy of the anime, but he's 15 years old, and I'm like, I can't. I don't know. You're just a brat to me. But if he were older, like an adult, I'd be like, you're my favorite character.
What about you, Mariah? What do you think?
Obviously, we only got so much of him. I know that he will come back, well, better developed in the later of the show. I like how we got that little scene of him working with the girl in Russia, was it? And he's
Yeah,
deciding to be more feminine because he has a body that can be more feminine passing because he hasn't gone through puberty yet. So he's like, I'm going to use this body to do other things that a grown man can't do on the floor, basically.
yeah,
But
And I
then
was like, good for him.
1.0, Yuri 1.0 is like, I ain't even got that body, and I'm gonna show up.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That was whole Japan Yuri's whole thing is he's like instead of being the fucking um playboy cowboy that's like going from town to town like flirting with women, he's like, I'll be the femme fatale that like seduces Yuri or Victor.
My opinion of Yuri 2.0 or Yurio is
I
I
didn't
think he's
really
fucking
give mine
hilarious.
yet.
You said you
You
didn't
think
like
he's
him.
boring?
No, I didn't give my opinion yet.
Yes, you did. You said you didn't like him. You thought he was annoying.
Oh, I didn't give my full opinion.
But Mariah had already started saying.
Okay.
Continue. Continue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's just like
Um,
you had really ended your sentence, so I was like, I didn't know you had more.
Actually, I think you're right, and I forgot. You can keep going.
I'm gonna throw myself out of this
But
video.
I had more to say after Mariah.
Not gonna lie, I was blindsided. I was like, you have another thing to say? Like, I didn't know
The
you.
one more thing I wanted to say is I was spoiled for one of the dances that I really like can't wait to watch, and I was mad. I looked at the thumbnails; it's not in this next episode, but I really like that dance, and that's it. You can continue.
Oh, well, what I was gonna say was that Yuri 2.0, I love to hate him. I like, kind of like if you take the child from Skate, but you make him cooler. That's how I feel about Yuri. Hold on, because they're both children. No, no, wait. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not saying I like him. I'm not attracted to this child.
No, you were dogging on the child from Skate, and I was like,
You don't even like him. What is it? Like
You skipped the
all the
episode.
skill and talent from little child from Skate, because we never say his name, to Yuri 2.0, and like he also has like this confidence though that succeeds the child from Skate, where he's like, I feel like the child from Skate's like, yes, I'm so good, and then like below the surface he's like, I'm not good at all. And Yuri 2.0, I
yeah.
really think he 100% believes that he is like a gift from the gods, and I think it's
Yeah,
so funny the way he acts like a like straight up diva. He kind of, I don't know. I love his diva quality, and I like to not like him. I think he's
yeah.
funny, and I think he's like a fun, aggressive antagonist, according to our soft crab.
I agree with that. Like, you know how we talk about in Skate how the child could not exist and the show will still go on. Like, I'd be sad if Yurio was not in this. Like, I think he's a very important character.
I think he's a great
Yeah.
character to compete against Yuri 1.0 because it really makes Yuri have to come. God damn it! It makes 1.0 Yuri have to really like, I don't know, like show up to the plate because Yuri 2.0 is not bad. He's really fucking good. If anything, he makes 1.0 Yuri have to grow and change because of how good he fucking is. So I'm like, yes, you're such a good like, rival. You're such a good antagonist, and I think you're so diva and immature. I think it's hilarious. So that's why I like Yuri 2.0.
Yeah, and you see that too with the first competition. He will lose Victor if he loses to Yurio. So he has to like step it up, and he gets really anxious about that. He's like, I want Victor to stay and be my coach.
Yeah, and the whole thing about Yuri 1.0 is like he lets society get to him, which obviously I'm not roasting because like I'm in that boat lots of times. But like he's so talented and it's so sad to see him like self sabotage the way he does because he gets so nervous that I really liked seeing him have to work through it in a realistic way. Like you weren't gonna get to work with Victor if you don't show up. Like get over yourself. It's an understandable thing to go through, but at what point do you let it consume you?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think also touching back on your first question about their chemistry, we just talked about like the romantic part, but like I think that I mean he told both of them he's like you guys think you're so much better than you already are and you don't even realize all the work that you need to put in. And I think with Yuri he wants to push that. He wants to kindle the flame that he knows is there, but he's also like you got to show up and do the work and has a lot of tough love. Like these athlete animes y'all keep showing me shit.
Sure, what? They're making you want to do a sport?
Not really. I mean, I think that you can compare growth. Nah, I'm fine. I think you can compare any sort of hobby, interest, goal to like putting in the work.
Yes.
And
Oh,
I think,
100%.
yeah, I've had art teachers coach me before. I'm talking about give you that tough love, and so I can only compare it into that sense or relate to it in that sense. But obviously, like I'm talking to other athletes at the table.
I mean, I usually when I watch sports animes, I don't really relate to them that much. Like I watched Free, and I was like, cool, they like to swim. When I watched Year and Ice, I was like, should I start ice skating? Should I give figure skating a try? But to go off of Caitlin's point, yeah, I think like I think it's hard because we've talked about it before. You've never done like a sports or like any intense like competition, so it's like a weird mindset that you really have to lock into. Like it's like a different part of your brain. I feel like that determination, and I think it is really easy to compare to any other thing you want in your life. Like they put in this work, they do these little things like Yuri doing this running up and down stairs to like a normal person. You're like, oh, other than losing weight, what does that have to do with ice skating? And there's probably another muscle that works in on there. And so it's so funny trying to hear like it's the same thing with you doing art. Like you're an animation major, and Kinsey's like, draw this every day, and you're like, yeah, but it's not like the same thing. And you're like, no, but it helps with another factor that goes into it.
Yeah, I
And I
agree.
think seeing that portrayed with sports and like the sports animes that we make you watch, it really does show like this like Taurus energy that you have to apply to things.
Mhm.
Well, my first year at school, when I went to school in Alabama, my very first freshman year of college, I remember looking at the end of my year feeling like I was not pushing enough. My sketchbook was not filled up. My artwork was like honestly the exact same, and my mind was starting to grow. And I was starting to recognize that like the school's not giving me the tools I need to succeed. And I was like almost done with all the art classes, so there's no more to look forward to. I'm like, this is basically the extent of how I can grow here. And I was like, maybe I'll go to art school. Maybe like there's like a magic recipe book that I'll figure out at art school that I'll magically just get better. And I know this sounds very naive, but I'm just saying it like out of the pure thought process of like 18-year-old me, my mind. And when I got to CIA, that fucking coaching and that chasing, like if you want to be in this major, because I didn't even realize that you had to apply to your major. When Kinsey and I went, they don't do that anymore, but you had to apply. So you could go to school a whole year at CIA when we went and not even get into the major you came for.
Yeah, they made you apply at the end. Like, isn't
Yeah.
that fucking scary?
So
Yeah.
when fucking Victor was like, "Yeah, I'll leave back to Russia and train Yurio if you can't lose the weight that you need to lose to figure skate and learn the program," and he's like, "Oh shit."
Damn, why am I getting like so intense right now? Like I'm up to bat. I'm like,
I know.
like it's no, it's high intensity, bro.
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
coaching is a scary thing. Like that's literally like I'd have Victor as a coach in a heartbeat. He was nice compared to the shit I went through.
Well, I think he
Mhm.
was like really hard when he needed to be. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he fostered more of the growth and passion. Like I've had teachers at school who did not foster the passion and interest in what I was doing, and they went so hard that like it made me want to give up because I was like, why was I doing this in the first place? And no matter how rigorous of a training you need to go through, if you don't know how to keep that flame, that passion alive, you're gonna give up. So what was the point of the rigorous training if it made you stop? So I like that in Victor. I feel like he's hard. He pushes Yuri hard, but he like also teaches him just as equally how to stay passionate about it.
Hmm.
Like I, you guys haven't watched all of it yet, but I just think the way he trains him is so good because you don't see
Mhm.
Yuri really want to give up. He struggles. he goes through workouts and leaves comes home every night like exhausted, but he's so happy to do it again. And I feel like that's a good sign of a coach, you know?
Yeah, I think Victor does a good job at, like, personalizing it, like, the joke about, like, being the dish that he likes to eat or how he'll, like, be like, "What kind of music is it that you want it to produce?" I think that you only get to experience it like that with one-on-one training, like, I mean, when I did track, obviously, there were times where it was just me and my coach, and it's a completely different atmosphere where you're, like, getting this, like, harsh training, but also very personalized.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean the show would it would not have any stakes or emotions or anything if you took away the toughness, the tough love, or the training parts, or the stakes. You know, when Yuri was like, "If I win, you come back to Russia with me," and then like it would just be like if Victor was always nice, it'd be like I feel like I'm just watching gay shit, but like I feel like I'm watching gay like sports, and like there's like some tension when Yuri has to push himself and it has to achieve things.
Mm-hmm. Nice feedback, guys.
Nice, nice.
What did you guys think about Yuri's like just ice skating in general? Like, I'm not an ice skater, so I'm not trying to say I'm coming from a place of like I know how to fuck to do like a triple jump or whatever the fuck they said. But like, did you enjoy watching his dances? Did you see him like kind of grow within his dances? And do you think he can actually compete really well against other characters?
I think I don't know, like you said, I don't know much about a lot about ice skating. I've seen like figure skating on TV. Sometimes they'd be animated it, and I'd be like, I don't even know what he's doing. I was convinced at times that the animation was not actually them, like how real life ice skaters skate.
Well, that's wrong because
Uh,
they rotoscoped all the dancing.
uh,
So
also,
like
whenever they're ice skating, they look like noodles stretched out, like their bodies do, the way they would animate it. Does this make sense?
I feel bad because I'm like, dude, they just rotoscoped all the.
Yeah, I'm not like roasting it. I just be like, that's a different person right there.
Yeah, I think the challenge because like I feel very in the middle. One, Mappa, I can tell that they put their ussies in some of these scenes, and I can like feel it. But there were some scenes where, first of all, you're rotoscoping it, and then you're putting it over a pre-painted background of an ice skating rink, and also trying to make it believably move around the rink. Along with the way that the animator animated the feet. So it's just like I've done dance animations before, just like not even ice skating, and fucking making them move around the space while also moving their fucking feet is like a whole thing. I had to fucking reference heavily of somebody else's dance. I would never be able to come up with something like that just straight out of my brain unless it was cartoony. But if you want to get like that sort of effect, it's like so challenging. And I think where we kind of get like hung up on maybe like it's hard to tell exactly what's going on or the choreograph, it's because maybe it moves around the ice rink a little weird for a second. You're like kind of what happened. But when I look past that and just look at like the beautiful costumes and the movement, I really like it. But sometimes they'll be like, he just moves so seductively, and maybe in that instant he did not move seductively. So there's a few
Yeah,
moments like that. But I've also seen other clips from the show, and I know that it does get sexy. So
yeah.
I'm all that.
Also, like you guys have only seen a few of the dances. I will say in general that um choreography in itself, like coming from an experienced person, like I made dances all the time when I was in cheer because we had to do cheers and we had to do dances which were completely different things and different like rhythms and tempos and stuff like that. And even coming up with a dance that is visually appealing to look at is hard in itself. I can't imagine being an animator who has never ice skated in their life, and just like Kaylin has talked to me about, like they have to go research what they're drawing to try to make it believable. I definitely agree that watching some parts of each dances, not even just some of them, but like all of them, he'll be like move his foot to the right, and they'll be like, he just moves so seductively, and you're like, I didn't see no body roll, I didn't see no bootylicious seductive thing, but it's because
Except for
like
Mr. Switzerland.
I know, but like they can only put so much without like blowing up the fucking budget, so you have to like kind of like in a dream like insinuate some of the dancing. But I will say they have several pieces of each dance, and we've only watched 5 episodes that like
Hmm.
really match the music, and you're like, oh, this is a vibe. But like they can't do that for the entire song, you know?
hmm
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm not like roasting the animation overall.
Yeah.
You all also asked if like I can see the growth and like the way he moves. Like it's definitely like a difference of like him not being as stiff or whatever when he's dancing. What happened the last episode? He ran into the wall though. So
Yeah. I pretended that didn't happen in my brain. I actually cut that from the show because everybody still loved his performance. And he got first place. So I just ignored that. I pretended it never happened.
I couldn't.
Yuri. I will say Yuri gives me like secondhand embarrassment a few times in the show, but like not from a place where I'm like, oh, I can't stand him. If anything, he's like a sweet baby boy, and I feel really bad that sometimes he like makes me that uncomfortable. But sometimes he just makes a mistake that I'm like, ooh, that was
Yeah.
hard to watch.
Yeah.
I like when it comes to his choreography, like stylistically, because I'll actually tell you guys later different characters and dances like maybe I liked specifically. But I love in the arrow stance how he always starts it out with looking at Victor. I think that's like hot.
Yeah.
It's
I
that
like that
face he
scene
makes.
when
I'm
he
like,
did that little thing and Victor whistled at him. I was like,
and that music comes on.
They be making me want to do a dance in front of my partner before we get pictures. Like, sit down. I got a show for you. One show, ticket show.
I
You
want
know?
to watch more episodes and see more of Yuri's choreography because, like, not that these ones are bad. I feel like they're building up. I feel like they're about to like
No, they do
drop
that on
some.
purpose. They do that on purpose. There's like as the episodes go, you see more and more, and I think that's where they put the budget. Like to the more important dances.
Yes.
Like you get to see longer animation frames of him dancing as the show progresses because the pressure's gaining. So like right now they're like giving you like he dancing, but like you only get to see a little bit of it.
it's only what, 12 episodes long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to finish watching it. So
Yeah, me too. I wanted to watch more even today, but I felt the same way as Mariah. I was like, oh dang. I did want to bring up while we're on the topics of choreography. I want to hear more of your questions, but I just wanted to touch on like two dances of other characters real quick. One, I really, really liked Yurio's agape. I hope I said it right. Agave, whatever. Dance. I thought it was like
Kabe.
that one. When it comes to the animation, aka the rotoscoping, aka the choreography of the ice skaters, there's layers to this. I thought it was very beautiful, and I've seen clips of his future dances, and I'm like, Yurio's not bad. I really like watching.
Why are you spoiling it so much for yourself?
It's a clip I've seen on the internet that shows how old like Kinsey was in high school. It happens. It goes around, right? Like
I
you
was
can't
just
be.
checking.
Anyways,
I was just checking you weren't looking for it.
no, I'm not. Second of all, Mr. Switzerland, the way that they.
Hold on.
Who is Mr. Switzerland?
We just watched this episode, Mariah.
The little boy?
No, the man with
You
the
know-
ass.
He goes.
That one.
Oh wait, the one he's friends with?
Yeah, or not friends with, but he does like come up behind him and he's like, Yuri, why did you not invite me to Hot Pot? Which I watched in an English show. He was speaking in a super like Swiss accent. He's like, I will show you what Eros is.
Why don't I know who we're talking about?
You didn't watch it? Okay, he is a grown man with facial hair, and when he and let me tell you, kind of like what Kinsey and I and even you when we were talking about Hosier, what we find sexy. This man is moving his ass like a straight stripper. Like I'm telling you,
he's not sexy. Are you about to say he's sexy?
no, it's not. I was trying to compare the two. There's a difference between dancing passionately and like eyes that like want to fuck you from across the ice rink and like just moving your body passionately. And this man was just straight like almost twerking on the ice.
He was like stripping on the ice.
Yeah.
Was it this man?
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Sweet.
Mr. Sweet.
When did he show up? Why don't I remember him? I swear to God, I watched all 5 episodes.
He gets on ice and he claims he's better at sexy than Yuri, and he starts shaking his.
Oh
ass
wait, he's in
around.
episode 1.
No, he's on the last episode.
It says episode 1.
Well, maybe he was there at that tournament that Yuri cried in the bathroom about.
No, I remember him being at that tournament, but that's not when he sexy danced. I don't think. I remember seeing like.
It's whatever. I don't remember him.
I just remember
Well,
thinking.
look up the scene right now of him with his ass right now. It's like an iconic scene. All right, it'll show.
Look it up right now.
I remember watching it like, what are the judges thinking? Like he's acting like he's like, you still have a lot to learn, Yuri, and he's like bending it over like you could see his asshole through that fucking tights.
I'm putting it up. Hold on.
You
I
put
was
it
like,
up.
I don't know. This no way. This had to happen on the first episode because that's the only one I see. It says it happens on episode 6. Who watched episode 6?
It did not.
You're a liar.
Hold
It
on.
says episode 6. Caitlin is a liar and she watched episode 6.
Switzerland. That's not true. Switzerland.
You're a liar.
On ice. It's
I
not
looked it up
true.
and it says episode 6. His name is Christopher Giacometti.
Wait, look. Hold on, it's so funny. Okay.
And it happened on episode 6.
Watch it, Ryan.
I don't want to watch it. I didn't watch episode 6.
This one. Roxy.
I know I had the video up. It skipped to the next video, okay? Please.
Right. It's not that much of a spoiler. It's just a man shaking his ass.
Watch.
Why'd you watch episode 6, Kaylin?
I thought it was 5. I can't
You
count.
just told me that you didn't. You're a liar.
Wait, no, there's a scene where
I watched the
up his
gif
ass
of him
crack.
rubbing his butt. I saw it when I was looking up the guy.
Let me see. Wait, please, boys, in English, please.
Oh my gosh.
On it.
Anyway, so Kaylin's a liar.
Right there. You
She
missed.
missed
Ryan
it.
looked away right when it happened.
Right, wait.
I saw the gif of it. I looked up, guys. I saw it.
I saw it. We want to see.
What
you
I got
saw
out of this
it.
conversation is Kaylin lied to me, and she did watch 6 episodes.
Hold on, no, Kaylin just can't count. That's not lying.
Nope.
Kaylin just can't count.
No.
Without lying.
I can't waver because I can't
Okay,
see your
that's
face
fine.
right now, so I don't know if I can believe you right now. I can only go with what I think happened, and my intuition is that Kaylin's a liar and she watched 6 episodes. And when I had said at the beginning of this podcast that I wanted to watch 6, but I didn't want to be rude, Kaylin said, "Perfect. I'll have a cover up where I was going to say I was going to watch."
No,
she
bro,
said I was going to say.
No, because I literally looked up the next episode and it's the same the future one, and there's like characters in I guess episode 7 that I thought were episode 6 that I looked up.
Well, I can't waver because I can't see your face, so I don't know what's happening because my intuition's
What
telling me
you're
one
talking
thing.
about. You should just trust me. I'm your friend.
I'm trusting my intuition at the moment.
You can't have
Anyways.
love without trust.
Anyway.
So it does turn out after I looked up episode 6 that I have watched this episode.
Okay, well, anyways, moving on. I guess we can't talk about the butt scene because I didn't remember. Let's see here. So, I guess what's the first competition called when he's trained by Yuri? I never remember the names of the actual
We
competition.
call it the hot spring whatever between Yuri.
Oh, when they go, yeah.
What? No, I'm not talking about when he competes against Yuri 2.0 for Victor's.
Oh, you mean the prequel? It was some sort of nationals.
I'm saying with the next competition, I never remember the names because they all blur together for me. Just like the next ice skating competition where he was actually trained by Victor because he'd already won.
Oh, the Grand Prix.
He already won him as a coach. So
It was like the Grand Prix when they like started it.
oh yeah, so like the start of the Grand Prix is what it was.
Yeah.
Like because the Grand Prix isn't just one competition; it's like several in different areas. What do you guys think about that?
Oh my god, I loved the little kid who was like obsessed with him, who was like inspired by Yuri. He was so stinking cute. And how disrespectful Yuri was. And Victor was like, how are you going to be inspired if you can't inspire others? I was like, and the kid was so cute. He was like, I wore this because it was something that you competed in. And Yuri was like, disgrace, get that out of my face.
Oh yeah, because he was more so upset about himself.
Yeah, it came from his own insecurities. But I loved his little like tap dancing routine that he did. I thought it was super cute.
Yeah, he tap danced on ice. I will say, and I think they're budgeting for later episodes for Yuri's, and not that I thought they were bad. It's just like I think that a lot of the other dances felt a lot more readable, the rotoscoping, and I can agree with that point. I think that they were doing a lot of like actually I do like how Yuri's hands were animated. He did really good like hand and body motions, but like when it comes to leg stuff, I feel like the tap dancing a lot more readable. They'd be like, look at how he just stepped, and I'd be like, did Yuri just step?
Yeah, he literally would be like,
Oh my god,
And
Brian,
they
why
do,
was
like-
that perfect? I can't even redo what she just did.
that's
It was-
literally what he did.
This whole time she's watching, she's like, I want to ice skate. Her ice
I
skate
know.
will bring out Ryan's 12th house Leo.
gosh. No, yeah, they did do good at, and they did good at showing like the important parts. I mean, let's be realistic, like in terms of figure skating, a lot of it is just very subtle movements and moving and stuff like that, or like a little hop hip here. But like when he did like the spins or the big jumps, they did good at showing that. I think that's like for someone who doesn't know the logistics behind figure skating, that's what you look for. If you're putting on figure skating for a normie,
Let me see the spin. Let me see the jump.
yeah, you're like, they're gonna land it, and they're
In
gonna fall
real
on their
life,
ass again.
in real life,
Do
I think
three,
it's so
do
funny
four,
how hard
do
figure
five.
skaters like they'll be staring at the TV, and I can't even tell how many times a bitch done spun, and these skating fans are like, she landed it, she landed a quad, it's amazing, and I'm like, I can't even tell, bro. They spinning too much for me to
It
count.
literally is like a little tornado. They're like, and then
Yeah.
they're like, and I'm like, a quad? A what?
Yeah, and like let's be realistic. Someone who knows figure skating is not watching Yuri on Ice to depict figure skating.
I know.
Like I'm not watching Haiku to be like if the setter would have went over here and then the libero would have did this. Like no, I ain't watching it for that.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm watching sports when I watch sports anime, so and it's the only sports you'll get me to eat. It's like when you hide vegetables in your kids' food, you know? Like you blend it up.
Yeah,
And like, I
yeah,
ain't watching real sports. You're not catching me with real sport. You put an anime face on that shit, I'm ready. Like,
And it's straight up rotoscope sports.
or like here,
straight hiding romance and shonens in sports animes.
with anime sports, like it's like obviously cinematic, so they're like focusing on one character at a time, and like I feel like the reason Kayla might not like real sports is because you're not watching it through a TV lens. Like you see the entire team, almost like little chess pieces going ding 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 ding, like volleyball, for example. And it's like Kayla's like, I'm not stimulated because I don't know what's going on. If you're not, if you're not explaining to me why that, you know,
works.
why that works, why that like spot, what's it called? When you like start volleyball and you go bing, you're the first
The
one.
serve.
Yeah, oh my god, I couldn't think for a second. She's like, why did the serve not work? Why, like, did they hit it too hard? Did they hit it the wrong angle? They were pulling up with like
Yeah,
weird kinds of serves that I can't even name, like the little like right
the jump serve and
I can
the
see
floater.
like
the
if there's
floater. Like Caitlin to be like, what is that? They all look the same, but me
Yeah,
too.
but in anime, they're like explaining it as it's happening. They're like, and then he hit this jump float serve, and they're like, wow.
I could see if somebody who was a skating ice skating fan was like, bro, there's this new and upcoming skater who everyone's going crazy over because they're doing really crazy shit. Let me show you some like normal skating for context and look at their style of skating, because it's not a huge team of like football players playing a hugging game, all hugging each other, a bunch of men, all trying to tackle each other to the ground.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, individual sports are easier for you to consume or watch, even just someone who doesn't know sports, because there's one person to focus on with one type of technique.
Yep.
But again, like when you're watching volleyball or basketball, there's different positions in football, different positions,
I
and each
can't do
position
that.
does something different.
Can't do it.
So you just gotta attach onto one position. Like you're watching volleyball. Let's be honest, Kaylin, you're just watching the hitter.
I'm watching the ball. What are you talking about?
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you're watching the ball, but you're not consuming exactly what each position's doing. Like, you're not going to be like, okay, there's the backside, there's the like right side setter. You're just going to be like, oh, there's a hitter.
Hold on, guys. Since we're talking about skating, I wanted to bring up this couple of skating that has nothing to do with Yuri and Ice, but I want you to see it. Is that fine?
I think I might know what you're talking about, but go for it.
I know, I've already showed Kaylin. Hold on.
We should never have showed Kinsey the screen share.
Ha ah! Keep this. Basically, I just showed Kaylin and Mariah this video of this couple called, their names are Tessa and Scott. They're from Canada, and they're a couple ice skating, whatever the fuck. And they are so good.
Yurio's dance, the one that I've seen clips of that I'm looking forward to watching coming up, gives me that intensive vibes. Right, it's not a spoiler. Yurio is going to keep ice skating. He's going to.
I know, but sometimes you, Kaylin, when you'll be talking, you'll be like treading the line of spoilers. So I was just like waiting to see if you were going to spoil it for me. I was like,
so mad though.
Because you literally walk this tightrope of like, if I misspeak one time, it'll spoil it. And you might not spoil it to a normal person, but to Mariah, who can think in advanced motions, it'll spoil it because I do that. I spoil things for myself because you'll say something.
You can see the future just within 15 minutes from now. We'll know what you're doing.
Me watching Promise Neverland. Why don't they just zip line over the edge? Kinsey was so mad at me.
I was like, they were just about to do it too. I was like,
That's why I'm saying I don't even like to push like the narrative of possible spoilers because I
Because
will spoil it for myself.
Haven't you
here's the thing,
literally
it's not.
predicted several animes that we've watched together? And like we'll be sitting there and you're like, why don't they just do this? And I'm like, well, they
Typically, the
did.
only
They
thing I've
will.
spoiled choreography wide is Switzerland's ass crack. That's all I've
No,
spoiled.
that's fine. But with the way you like, I was just preparing myself to hear just in case because you were like, yeah, Yurio does this, and then what if my brain would have been like, and then it would have spoiled it for me.
Yeah.
So
I don't really think of anything.
yeah, I'm excited for the love. I'm excited for some more romance.
I'm
Um,
excited. I'm excited
I
for
have a
the
question.
love. Oh yeah, ask me some questions actually, because there's nothing else I want to ask you guys. It's only 5
Um,
episodes in.
it's more of a conversation starter because I'm just gonna start out with like kind of what I want to say. Um, I understand that the figure skating world has not always been the most healthy, maybe a little toxic at times. Especially with like body image stuff and like maybe training, and I understand like training hard, and I understand their point completely that to, figure skating has a very strict, and that's just the skating world. It's not going to change like super soon. It's been that way for a while, and it'll be that way for a while, that like you have to look a certain way and be athletic enough to like skate around. But I felt like, especially like, maybe the way they wrote Victor could have toned it back, calling him a pig so much. I did not like that one part.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, I think this is a kind of a touchy subject because like there is a lot of bad like body image and like eating disorders in ice skating. So I'm not talking about ice skating as a whole right now. I'm talking about the show itself. I feel like they could have just focused on, hey Yuri, we need you to work out more because you're physically not strong enough to do the skills we're going to ask you to. I don't think he should have focused on calling him a fat pig because there are ice skaters out there that just have different body weight and different genetics where maybe you might think they wouldn't be able to do the skills that they can do, but like they just have more fat on their muscles and
Hmm.
they're able to do those skills. You don't have to be a fucking toothpick flying in the wind to do these skills. What matters is, do you have the muscle and do
Yeah.
you have like, the momentum when you're ice skating. So I do think that that was very unnecessary for Victor to say, and I
Yeah.
think they could have easily gone with that episode not saying that.
Yeah, they could have touched more on just like him being in like a good shape instead of being like you're a pig. They just be like you need to be in better shape because ice skating is a very physical, demanding like it uses like you have to have strength like strong muscles, otherwise you will hurt those bones when it comes to ice skating because it does involve a lot of that. So I think they could have maybe just went about it better talking about the like actual like physics of ice skating.
Hmm.
Yes.
And I think it's really important to talk about because, like, there are certain topics and, humor things that, as I've grown up watching anime, like, certain things that were pitched as humorous or supposed to be funny, like, they're just not. Like, there's pervy humor that is in Inuyasha I grew up watching, and when I kind of, like, understood the show style as a kid, I would, like, I'm like, oh, that's just how it is, but, like, talking about it and not really accepting it gets us more shows like Attack on Titan, where like, that's not a humor, thing being perverted or like assaulting women. And in Japan, I am aware that like they're like, and I've just seen this in like vlogs or like clips of like, maybe people who have moved to Japan who are foreigner, like uh not expecting as much like poking fun at their weight. Like I've seen videos of like women who moved to Japan, if they have like a pot belly at all, like older women will poke at their bellies, and it's out of like a, oh, you need to lose some weight, like it's not healthy, like, they'll poke kind of like at women. And I'm not saying that America does not have body shaming here either, like I'm not even trying to shame that, but it's not funny. Like when you put it in a show and make jokes like piggy and stuff, if it could easily translate into a story though, like you guys said, I like that idea that you both brought up about like maybe just making it about a fitness thing and a training thing.
Yeah, because I mean, he could still be so like somebody who genetically just has more fat storage all over their body, but as long as he has the muscle underneath to carry him in those,
Mm-hmm.
um, I mean, once you start talking about like aerodynamics as well, though, like that could technically count as friction against the air, but it doesn't matter because if you have that strength to get it around anyways, it doesn't matter what weight you have on the outside of those muscles. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to your skill and can you physically do it. And I think they really just didn't need to mention his body image like that or basically say that he wasn't good enough to be a an ice skater if he's gonna have.
Yeah, and I think you're right. If they wanted to even touch about like, yeah, like you're right, like the aerodynamicy of like being smaller is a real thing. But if they want to touch about it, there's still a different way where they could have been like, in order for you to do this, you have to be at a certain size. Not like you're a pig, you're fat.
AKA
They could have just been like,
haiku,
you
like
need to be like
you're
a
not
little
tall enough.
smaller in order to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because I mean, there's like gymnasts that are tall as fuck, and they still are able to do the skills that 4'11" bitches can do. But it does take them more work or different ways of getting around it.
Yes, like it is a fact. Like this is going to benefit you to be able to do this, but there shouldn't be shame behind it if you're not able to, or if you're just not like at that
Yeah,
size.
what if you're just not genetically somebody that can get that thin or that
Hmm.
tall? Like,
And clearly, he was being a successful skater at the size he was. It's not like he was really bad, and they're like, okay, well, if you want to be good, like we need to get you in shape.
mhm.
Yeah. So when if you guys are listening, and maybe you work on the show with the writers, Mappa for season 2, just like cut out some of the bad humor. Like we're growing past that. It's not necessary. We'll still like the
Well, if
rest
they
of the
give me
story, I
season 2,
promise.
it just better be about them being in love.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and
I
like
want to see that
hear Victor call him a piggy like 10 times. It's not funny. Every time he says it, actually, like I'm like, dang, that's mean.
Mm-hmm. I agree,
But
Kaylin. That was a good thing to mention.
thank you. Anyways,
You know what I like? The
what do you
little,
like?
the three little triplets girls that were trying to make profit off of everything, everything. They were like,
I said
They were funny.
capitalism, free market. Like that was
they were good. They were the side characters were really cute. I liked them. I liked the little support of the family. I like how everyone was there to support Yuri in his little private endeavors, and that he had access to the skating ring at all times.
I love how Yuri was straight up practically a mini celebrity, and he just would never view himself as one. Bitch, you have posters. Like, what do you mean? You are a celebrity, okay, bro? You're good.
Yeah,
The second he
I
got
think
on the ice, Yuri on the ice, his confidence would like spring out of y'all's face. And he was like, all eyes on me. And then he'd get off the court and he's like, I'm never gonna be good enough for Victor.
I mean, yeah, he practically was a professional athlete already with what he was doing. I think the fact that he just lived in that small town, he was able to get away with the like notion of not being as popular as he was.
I bet he has a Leo moon in the 12th house.
Damn, that shit sounds horrible.
It's like he doesn't know how to get into that state of like emotional confidence, but when he does,
Victor's a Virgo.
I think Victor's a Capricorn. I think he's a
Yeah, I
Capricorn.
wasn't seeing Virgo. I was seeing like Cap with like some air placement.
Yeah, that man, he comes to work, but he also like Virgos obviously are so good at what they do, but like they like being told what to do as well, as long as you tell them the right thing to do. But Caps are like, I'll take the wheel, I'll start driving, I'll build a car, like that, you know.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
Libra.
Really? What's
Yup.
is Yuri?
I could see it.
Cancer?
Yuri is a Pisces.
Actually,
What
that
about Yurio?
Leo.
I refuse to Google that one. I don't want to click the wrong Yuri.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
I think that's very fitting. I mean,
nice.
he's definitely like a flirty guy, so it makes sense for Victor to be a Libra. And I think the fact that he's
that
able
was
to
a
go
thing.
from, I think the fact that he's able to go from athlete to coach so effortlessly, it definitely gives off some Libra vibes.
His last name is Poletsky, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
He
that one's-
is a Pisces. The fact that they made both fucking
No, Kaylin made a mistake.
what?
She said it was the other one.
Oh, okay. Did you look up Yuri 1.0 or did you look up Yuri 2.0?
It was just a question. You know how when you Google one question and then Google gives you like 10 suggested questions? I clicked on the one that said, what's Yuri's sign?
Okay, well then why don't let me check Yuri on Ice Zodiacs.
Cancer!
Oh, God damn, I knew he was a Cancer. So, okay, why is this one saying something else? Is this one saying Yuri Poletsky is a Scorpio? And I honestly think I don't know how I feel about that.
Some of them might be fan made though, so we all could be wrong.
Yeah. Let me check.
Well, regardless, I think Victor definitely has some air signs up in there. You don't get to effortlessly be so loved and attractive unless you've got some nice air placements. Let's be honest.
Alright, based off of this one, they did say Yuri 2.0 is a Scorpio and our Yuri 1.0 is a Cancer.
I like that dichotomy.
Also, Switzerland man is an Aquarius, they said.
Literally thinking he's a sex god.
but he's like not.
Yeah. You know, because that's from episode
It's
5,
fitting.
and it's definitely a topic.
Yeah,
Interesting.
definitely. Well, that's all I have to say on this topic today.
On the
Okay,
actual
moving
like on the actual show or like what?
Yep.
That's all I have to
Mariah,
say too, buddy.
Kinsey,
So,
ask us.
Would you share Yuri on Ice with your friends or other people?
Yes, I really liked it.
Yes! It sounds like a fucking person in the crowd. Yes! Mariah.
sorry, I have 2 hairs coming out of the same hole on my belly.
I have 2 chin hairs that I've been touching this whole time.
Yeah, I would show Yuri on Ice to other people. I've tweeted about watching it. I will continue to watch it at one point this week just to finish it, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited for you guys to watch it. I'm very excited to see what Mariah, simply because she, I would say, has the PhD in men gay anime. So
Yeah.
excited to see her tweet about it and add it to some of her threads or some shit like that. But I also obviously want both you guys to like it. It's just that's all Mariah be liking on Twitter.
Remember, Kinsey, when you said you would watch that porn of Yuri and Victor, and you said you did not expect Yuri to be on top? When I watched the first 4 episodes, I agreed with you. But as the story unfolds and like Victor sought Yuri out because he could see the passion within him and cultivates this flame that just like overtakes him, I could see that too.
Listen.
Story wise,
Yeah, Victor's definitely a bottom. He likes to be taken care of.
Shut the fuck up, everyone. As a 24-year-old woman, as I am right now, compared to when I was 18 years old when I watched this, with the experience I have now, without Caitlin even saying that, I completely thought the same thing now, though, because when you see them, their personalities on the surface, that's why 18-year-old me was like, I never saw it. But when I rewatched these scenes with fresh, experienced eyes, I noticed that Yuri would absolutely be on top, and fucking Victor would be the pillow princess.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
The way that like
I'm using that term
Yuri-
lightly, by the way.
the way that Yuri ravishes Victor's up in his eyes when he's on the ice, and then like Victor will whistle back at him, all coy like. Yeah.
Victor
I loved that scene.
faced. He's like, I know people like me, so you better have the fire, the guts to come
He's
out.
like, I know how to make over my man. I know what I want.
Yeah, and then Yuri has this secret like Aries passion to me personally that comes out. That's like, and I'm like, yep, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very very nice show. Can't wait to keep
Also,
watching.
when I watched the show, I was also somebody that did not watch a lot of queer media or anything like that. And even though obviously everybody has their own queer journey, and I realized that I was silly for thinking I was straight, I just don't think I was like subjected to enough stuff to really have an opinion on who was top or bottom or like what the chemistry really was. All I knew is that there was chemistry, and I thought it was cute. It was more like
and at the
I
end of the
felt
day,
like
you
we
don't.
were an experienced the person watching it. But now I can look at it differently on what I actually think deeper about their dynamic.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you can like your eyes gotten better at like maybe seeing certain dynamics that like maybe aren't as typical on the surface, you still don't even know. And this is fiction, so like there's fan art out there, there's porn out there, and it's just a topic of these fictional characters. But obviously, in real life, we would not be trying to figure out like who is top or bottom.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ryan and I
Yeah.
were the ones that thought that the interview with the vampire was gay. So I will say that my experience has shot through the roof, and I can be like this.
And that was the '90s washed down version of the.
Yeah.
I would like to say that was a difficult level of like 8. So that's pretty cool that I was able to know.
Yeah,
Easy
we were
style,
already
girl.
suspicious of that one, and there wasn't a lot of like face-to-face contact till like 3/4 of the film. So we were like, "Is this gay?"
They never kissed each other. They never once.
No, yeah, I'm saying that there wasn't even like any indication of it until our homeboy met the other guy that was like the bad guy, and then we were like, "I think we were right."
Like confirmation, the subtle flirting has been confirmed. This
Yeah.
is not straight. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a genius now, but back then I didn't know as much.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Mariah, what you showing us next week?
Next week, to continue on with our Pride Month, I am making you guys watch Love, Simon. Obviously, I know the book is significantly better than the movie, but I don't know if Kinsey's seen it. Kaylin had told me that she has not seen it,
I've
and I watched that film
heard really good things about it.
with a bunch of my friends from college when I was still closeted to them. So I was in the film crying, and I was like, This is hitting home." But you guys, I was like that meme of that guy that's like at the party, and I'm like, "You guys don't know that I'm in the closet right
Oh no,
now."
you mean the one in the corner that's like none of you guys
Yeah,
thinking about like the end of the world or some shit like that?
yeah, that's me at the film when all my friends are like, "Wow, what a great coming to age queer story," and I'm like, "You guys don't
Crying
know."
on the inside, you're like.
Yeah, so the film's a pretty good one. I think that there are some like I don't want to say controversial spots, but spots that are like people are like, "That's stupid that happened." I think that Kinsey will not like, but other than that, it's a good film.
I can't wait to see it. I have never heard anything about it, so I'm looking forward to having like kind of a one of those just being washed in brand new content that you've never been spoiled or heard about ever.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Can't wait.
Well,
Excited.
talk to you guys next week.
All right, bye. Don't call me.